Okay, I did a quick little kind of mock-up with bulky yarn. Like there's a little tail and I've increased to 3 stitches. And now I am E-wrapping this final stitch here. And now I'm on row number 7. So basically this first increase is going to be a little different because we're increasing on the ends. But basically what you want to do is you go in and you purl the stitch. Okay. And since this is on an end over here, we're going to lift that off and place it on this other peg. So we've got an empty peg here. Now we take that stitch that we just purled into right here, and we're going to place it, being careful to keep that working yarn in front. We're going to place it back on this empty peg, but we need to put a twist in it. And to do that, we're just going to take it and put it over so that the leg behind goes underneath, so it has a little twist in it. Okay. Just make sure that I can get it on there without hitting my camera. Okay, so like that. So now we can go ahead and purl that stitch again. So now it's been purled twice in the same stitch, which has given us an increase. And then we're going to purl this one. And then we're going to do the increase on this purled stitch as well. And this one was already E-wrapped, so it's nice and loose. You want to take it off and you can like undo the twist so that it is even looser, which is what you want to do because it'll give you a nice big loop to work inside. So we want to purl that. And since this is on the end, on this side, we're going to want to take this and put it over here with a twist in it. So again, the back of the leg, and then going over the front like that. Okay. And then we're going to purl that one. It's a little tight. That's why you do an E-wrap. You might need to use your tool to like get it off. There we go. And then we're going to purl it, or put the purl loop on and cinch it up. So now we've increased to 5 total stitches. Now if this is a little tricky, and it's how I increased because it creates no gaps, no holes. But if you want to, if it's easier, just do a yarn over on the empty pegs and it will give you a little hole, but it won't be like terrible. So, you know, if you want to do it that way, that's totally fine, because I know that this is a little bit tricky, a little bit advanced. The thing you want to make sure is that you keep your stitches nice and loose and not too tight so that you can really work those stitches over. But if that is too tricky, then go ahead and just do a yarn over. So just create a peg in between. Here, I'll show you. So if we're going back to purl, you would just like purl the first stitch, and place it on the empty peg, or place it on the peg to the side. So you create an empty peg, and then just leave that yarn in front of that empty peg and go on to the next one. So basically that will give you something to knit on the next round, but it will create a little bit of a hole in your finished item, but it honestly isn't that bad. So if that's easier for you, that's totally understandable. So see, like on the end, you would just do a purl here. And let's see, if you're going to do that method, I was showing you that. Okay. If you can do that method, you would go ahead and do it on the next 2 stitches. So you would want to make the hole in between these 2, right? So you'd probably want to take that off and move it over here without purling it first. But since it would be E-wrapped, it would be a little easier than what it is now for me, because I'm showing you on a non-E-wrapped one. And then you would leave that in front of the empty peg and then purl it over here. And that will give you that yarn over increase. So that just floated in front and you can knit it on the next round. I really hope that makes sense and gives you some options that will make it easier. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.